So I saw the Fifine AM8 and I saw the Maono PD100X and I thought, they're both lunchbox microphones. They got similar features. I wonder if they sound alike. In this video, we're going to test them out. We're going to compare the two and see how they sound. So if that's something that you are interested in, stick around. I seem to have forgotten something. Fifine sent out the AM8 to me for review. But even though they sent it out to me, my opinions will be mine and mine alone. Nobody will be influencing those opinions. Fifine is an excellent company, and they do not do that to me. So without further ado, let's get into the video. This is the Maono PD100X. I'm going to compare this up against the Fifine AM8. I've got some qualms, but those can probably be fixed. Maybe they can be addressed. All right, so this is the Maono PD100X. I'm hooked up using USB. Okay, there's a button, or there's a knob up here, and you click it, and it'll go from between your headphone monitoring volume and your mic gain. The only thing I don't like about it is it's one of those knobs that never stops spinning, so it doesn't really have a defined bottom or top end. You just keep turning it, and those annoy me. I wish they would go ahead and put some sort of a stop. Another thing I wish everybody would start doing is maybe putting notches or numbers, so at least you have a number. You know, I've got my gain on 1, 2, 3, 4, like 1 through 10, something like that. That would be cool. So if you guys are listening and you want to maybe consider putting some dials on there and give it a stopping point. This continuous spinning is because you're just like, all right, I guess I'm all the way up. You know when you're all the way down, because when you turn it all the way down, you can't hear it no more. But anyway, that's what the knob does. There is a touch capacitive mute button, which is right here. And as you can see, it mutes that. I love the touch capacitives because they're not as noisy, especially this is a very noisy mic, as you can hear. Everything it picks everything up really easy. So that's the nice thing about having that touch capacitive mute button, is you're not going to hear the, however that sound is. You know what I'm talking about. So there's the lighting on the bottom, and I believe, is this one got a button at the bottom? Yeah. So there's a button at the bottom, and you can press that button and switch between the different modes. This is like an orange. It's like a yellow. This one's green. Oh, and it shows up pretty nice and green on the screen there. Blue. It's like a light blue. And there's a dark blue, and it kind of looks correct in camera, I guess. Sorry about the noise. You just touch this thing, and you can hear all kinds of stuff. So you just keep cycling through. There's just like a violet, like a pink, and then there's white. All right, and I don't believe there's any way to control the brightness of them. They just come on. You get what you get. I'm not a fan of RGB lights in a microphone, just because, the white's kind of nice, but I would like to be able to turn them down just a little bit, and you usually can't. They're just like bling. All right, so damn bright. But there's the modes, and I believe if you press and hold, it shuts it off. All right, so we'll go ahead and do a couple of sound tests with the PD100X, and we'll see what you get. So right now I'm about probably 5-6 inches away, and I'm doing that on purpose because I don't know where the mic gain is. I've pretty much just got it turned all the way up, so that's where I'm going to leave it. But I'm going to go ahead and do some plosives real quick. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, and he puts pineapple on his pizza all the time. He loves pineapple on his pizza. Pizza, pineapple pizza. All right. There you go. That was a little excessive, but whatever. So there's your plosives. Now we'll go ahead and do a little off-axis rejection. All right. So this is talking straight into the front of the mic. I'm a good distance away. Like I said, I'm about 5 to 6 inches. So this is what it's going to sound like from directly in front of the mic, and this is what it's going to sound like from 90 degrees, and this is what it's going to sound like from the back. So there's your off-axis rejection. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and do a proximity test, just because, but I got to be careful because I've heard this thing get really distorted when you get close like that. All right, I'm about an inch away, and this is what it sounds like when you're right on top of the mic on the Maono PD100X. This is what it's going to sound like. All right, so there is, you've already heard the resonance. The sound resonance is pretty horrible. I'm not a fan, but it's not a bad mic. It does perform relatively well. It's just not one of my favorites. The foam windscreen, at least on mine, maybe they're not all like this, is really loose. Like it just kind of turns really easy. It doesn't fit real snug. It's like I'm scratching a record. Wicked, 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 wicked. All right, so let's. I guess we can move on to the Fifine AM8, and we will also do that in USB mode. So let's go ahead and do that. Now I've got it on. I just did all that with not. This wasn't on. It wasn't on in OBS. So whatever. Anyway, Fifine AM8. All right, USB mode. Right off the bat, this one sounds to me a little cleaner. It is a little muddier or like warmer, darker. I kind of like this sound. If you take this sound and just add a little bit of, it looks like I'm peaking. Sorry if I blew everybody's eardrums. If you take this and just add a little bit of highs, oh, love that sound. Anyway, USB mode. We're going to go through the lights, and on this one, on the bottom of the mic, you have two knobs. You have a knob for your headphone adjustment, your headphone volume, and you have a knob for your gain. I've got them both turned all the way up, and I'm just going to leave it that way for the purposes of this video. And then you have a touch capacitive button that changes the lights. So we'll go ahead and go through that. Now I'm on a dark blue, like a violet. This is like a green. Can't really tell. See, this is one of the things I don't like about RGB lighting is it doesn't really actually look the way it looks out here. So let's go ahead and move on. This is, oops, I went right past it. I had like the phase rainbow, and this one goes from one solid color to another solid color, just in like a nice breathing, pulsing pattern. And then we are back to a solid color. And now I would imagine, yep, press and hold and it turns it off. Press and hold and it turns it back on. That looks orange, doesn't it? It could just be the lighting that I have, the adjustments. My camera, I'm using my iPhone 13 Pro. It's red. It's not orange. But we'll go ahead and just, I think we went through all the motions. Yeah, green, dark green, like a light blue, a dark blue, that violet purpley, it's almost like a lavender. This is a really light green. And then we have the multicolor, which in there it just kind of looks white. Oh, God, I keep peeking. Sorry. So let's go ahead and move. It's because I got the gain all the way up. And that's red. Yeah, we've already gone through all this stuff. So that's the lighting on the Fifine AM8. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Okay. It does have also, it has a touch capacitive mute button. So if you were talking and nobody hears you hit the mute button, it just cuts it off, and that's kind of nice. It's really nice. The differences between these two, they're both plastic build microphones. The only thing is with the Fifine AM8, it's plastic, but it's like a nice rugged solid plastic. It doesn't feel hollow and tinny. And if you notice, the sound resonance is not bad at all. I mean, yes, you can hear it, of course, but it's not horrible. Nothing. It's definitely got a much better sound resistance than the Maono PD100X. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and do some sound tests with the Fifine AM8. And the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the plosives, and I'm about 4 inches away. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, and he puts pineapple on his pizza. Peter Piper picked a pack of peppers, and he puts pineapple on his pizza. There's your plosives. Now we'll go ahead and do a little off-axis rejection. Again, about 4 inches away. I'm talking straight into the front of the mic. This is what you're going to sound like straight into the front of the mic. And this is 90 degrees. This is talking 90 degrees into the mic. And this is what it's going to sound like when you're talking at the back of the mic. And again, the purpose of that is just to let you see how much sound rejection it has and how good the sound rejection is as far as outside noises, noises that are in your room, things of that nature. There's the Fifine AM8. Now we've seen them both in USB mode. Let's go ahead and switch over to XLR. All right, now we're in XLR mode. This is the Maono PD100X. I do have the limiter on in my filters. I'm going to leave that on. But this is what it sounds like with no other enhancements, no other processing, nothing like that. Let me just double check my Vocaster because it's actually off. Yep, nothing going on in there. So we're going to leave that alone. This is the Maono PD100X. Let's go ahead and do a plosive test. All right, so now with the Maono, I can get a little closer because I have that limiter. Let me turn the limiter off and just see what happens. Oops. All right, so now, yeah, as you can see, I mean, you can get close. Right there, it should be sounding like shit. It should be clipping and just garbage. It doesn't really sound horrible in my head. I'm not hearing, this is like, oh, we can get our proximity with no limiter. This is the proximity test on the Maono PD100X. I'm not hearing the clipping. It's just loud. It's just really in my ear, in my head loud, but that's it. All right, so let me go back and put that. Actually, I'm just going to leave that limiter off. How's that? All right, so now we're talking straight into the front of the mic, and we are about 4 to 5 inches away. I'm going to go ahead and do a plosive test. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, and he puts pineapple on his pizza. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, and he puts pineapple on his pizza. There's your plosives. Now we'll do a proximity test. I am sitting right about 5 inches away, 6 inches away. This is what it's going to sound like when you're talking straight into the front of the mic on the Maono PD100X. And this is what it's going to sound like at 90 degrees with some banging around on the boom because Clay's kind of a bumbling fool here. All right, this is the best I can do. This is what it's going to sound like from the back of the mic. Oh, so noisy. I'm telling you, it's just noisy, noisy, noisy. These are the sounds. This is what you're going to get with the Maono PD100X in XLR mode. If you do get too close, you're going to clip just like I just did twice. Maybe we're hearing it. I'm going to have to listen back and listen to both of these. So I'm not going to hear any of those things because, like I said, get right in here. I don't hear any clipping. I just see that it's clipping in the meter. All right, Maono PD100X. It doesn't sound that horrible. I just don't like all the. It's just cheap feeling, and when you take it off of the stand, like if you're switching mics around, it's super light, like really light. Like you're almost. Am I holding a mic? It's just, what is this? You know, the really loose, kind of. I don't know. Kind of fits like a. You know what? I'm not gonna say. But it's loose. All right, so there's the Maono PD100X. I'll go ahead and switch over to the Fifine AM8. All right, this is the Fifine AM8 in XLR mode. This is what you're going to get. I do have the limiter turned off again. Like I said, there's no filters, no nothing. This is just raw. And this one, if I get a little too close, it definitely will peak. There it goes. So I'm going to try and do some plosives real quick. All right. This is straight into the mic at about 5 or 6 inches away. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers and he puts pineapple on his pizza. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers and he puts pineapple on his pizza. I'm getting a little closer. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers and he puts pineapple on his pizza. There you go. All right, so we'll go ahead and do some off-axis rejection on the Fifine AM8. This is talking straight into the front of the mic. This is what it sounds like, and I'm actually about 8 inches away, 6 to 8 inches away, and I still see clipping. Love my limiters. All right, this is talking into the front of the mic. Oof. I am sorry for that. This is talking at 90 degrees. Oof. That's the best I can do. This is talking into the back of the mic. And now we're back around to the front. I probably could have taken it off, but I don't have a quick release on this one. I only have one quick release. I only have one quick release, so doing the best I can. Give me a break. This is the Fifine XLR mode. We have to get pretty far away without that limiter because if I say it, don't spray it, Clay. If I get too close, I start clipping. With that limiter off, I love my limiters. I just really do. But what do you think? How do you feel? Which one do you think sounded better? I like this one the best. I've been liking this one the best, and I still like this one the best. But I'm not knocking on Maono. They're doing a good job. They're trying their best. Having some issues, I guess, with some of their audio interfaces or their mixers. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, everybody. Everybody's gonna get there. What do you think? Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you think one sounded better than the other. If you were to buy one, which one would you buy? What would you rather have? Let me know in the comments. This has been the comparison between the Maono PD100X and the Fifine AM8. What's your choice? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, if you got any value out of it, I can't talk today. I never can. If you got any value out of it, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed and you would like to, please do that. I would appreciate it very, 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 very much. All right, that's all I've got for this comparison. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.